Thank you for letting me sit for today's session, girly. I've been dealing with the worst sciatica, or it's something to do with the nerves, I think. I don't know for sure. I don't get health insurance through this job, so I can't really go to the doctor. And I'm not gonna like pay for individual health insurance, like a private plan or something, because that feels like it would be like betting on myself to get sick, you know? Like if I were a racehorse, it would be like if I was betting on a different racehorse besides myself, or at least, I don't know, that's what it seems like to me. But yeah, I'm dealing with some sciatica, you know what that's like. Or maybe you don't, because you were so young. I don't know, it's just like pain. So what are we doing today, girl? Is there a special occasion, or are we just getting our makeup done for fun? Down in the dumps, yeah. I've been there. I've been depressed before, so like I definitely know what that's like. I was depressed in 2008 for a time, and then I was depressed again in 2014, but luckily I haven't been depressed since I found my man. He really like just calmed me down about everything, and like the fact that he's independently wealthy through his parents like made financial stress kind of go away. But what's got you down, girl? A breakup. Okay, well, first of all, men are trash, and if it was a woman, women can be trash too. You're obviously gorgeous, so it's quite clearly like whoever this person was, it's quite clearly their loss. Like, I've only known you for a few minutes, and I can already tell like you're kind-hearted and generous and open and loving. I don't know if this other person was all those things. Okay, so what's the deal? Who broke up with who? Like, tell me what happened. You broke up with him, okay. Infidelity. I hate infidelity. Yes, I've participated in some infidelity myself at one point, but that was when I was living on a cruise ship, and, you know, I was all of 20 years old. It was the thing to do. I mean, nobody was like devoted to their partner except for Sam and Bess. They loved each other. I mean, seriously, you did not want to be around them because they were always talking about like, me and you are gonna have the cutest kids, and we're just gonna make out all day. You know, they wouldn't say that out loud, but that's what they would physically be doing. But anyways, I have not cheated since my youth. I'm sorry. What was I thinking about? I'm with my man now. Yeah. We don't cheat on each other. We have like this unbreakable trust. So tell me more. What did this pig do? That's unacceptable. Obviously, it's unacceptable. He shouldn't be texting a girl. Did he give like an excuse as to why that would be the case? Group project. Is that at all plausible? Like, is he in any groups, or like does he go to college or something that like could be the case? Why don't you believe it? Like, just curious. No, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm absolutely not saying you're wrong. Like, you know him better than I do, obviously. But let's just say that there have been times where I have falsely accused my man of cheating. Just because, like, I was kind of used to this cutthroat world. You know, a lot of stuff happens in this industry in terms of, like, you would not believe how much sleeping around there is in the hair and beauty industry. Anyways, there have been times where I've accused my husband of cheating, and it turned out that he didn't cheat. And so one time I found this cup in the garbage, and it seemed kind of suspicious to me because it was a mug that had been broken. And my man is strong, okay? Like, he is strong. And I just kind of didn't believe that, like, he would drop a cup. So at first I'm like, oh, you had some clumsy bitch over here messing around in my kitchen. In my $25,000 kitchen, because yes, I've spent $25,000 remodeling that kitchen. And yeah, most of that is kind of the family money that my man has, but some of that was the money I make here. I don't make $0 here. And it's impossible to say whose is whose because we, you know, put it all in the same pot. But I was like, what little slippery-handed bitch did you have in my house? And he was like, I dropped the cup. And I was like, that's impossible. You bench 350 pounds. I think that's what he benches. That doesn't sound like a plausible amount that a person could bench. Like, it's possible I'm wrong. I'm so sorry for that loud noise. I still had the cover on this mirror. But yeah, if that sounds like a ridiculous amount for somebody to bench, it's like possible I have those facts and figures wrong, but like he benches a lot, so I just didn't believe he would drop a cup. But I looked at the ring footage because we do have cameras like all over our house, and he dropped the cup. So first he went to go pour some olive oil, but he didn't mean to pour some olive oil. He was trying to pour some creamer into his coffee, but he didn't. He accidentally poured olive oil into his coffee, and then he was trying to kind of like scoop out the olive oil with his hand because I guess it was centrally located, and he thought he could just like pick the oil up off of the liquid. Then obviously that went like about as well as you would expect it to, and so now his hands are all slippery and olive oily. And then my little dog Leopoldian, he's 27, he's a Jack Russell Terrier. He came up behind my man, and thank God my man went out of his way to not hurt Leopoldian, and he did a big trip and a big fall, and he dropped the cup, and he cried because when watching the ring footage I did see that he cried for a while, and I asked him if he hurt himself, but like he didn't. It was just kind of he was emotional. He was having a hard day, I guess. He did say that his grandpa had died that day, but like I didn't think they were close. So, but regardless, if it's possible that like he does have group projects, like maybe find a way to accommodate that. Okay. So you think you kind of messed up any chance at getting back together? Why, what'd you say? Yeah. Once you call his thing small, you can't really take that back. Okay, so like, what did the text say? Can you read them to me? Where are you? Okay, yeah, that's suspicious. Like, why does she need to know where he is? Well, was their group really presenting in 15 minutes? Okay. Is there like a way to confirm that that's not accurate information? Okay, what did she say next? So she said, "Where are you? Our group is presenting in 15 minutes." You haven't done anything for this group project, but you said that you would be the charismatic guy when it came to the presentation. I'm sorry, that does seem plausible, that like he really was, you know, a bad group mate in terms of a group project. Euphemism. Interesting. What's your theory? You think he has a baby with this girl? Oh. Okay. Do you have like evidence of that? You just think that like the group project thing refers to a baby? But he is in college classes where he does have group projects also? Okay. I don't know for sure because I don't know this man. And maybe if I got one sniff of this man, I would be like so regretting saying this, but is it possible you're Delulu? Like a tiny bit Delulu? You know, my generation calls it delusional, but I was trying to be hip for you. Okay, so being real with ourselves, because at one point I did have to be real with myself because I kept accusing my husband, who had been nothing but faithful towards me, of cheating on me. So I had to be real with myself, and it's like, I do have a pattern of this. I had to sit myself down and be like, you do this all the time. Like, I just would see the signs. I would see the signs places that they weren't. Like, clearly the cup thing, like, he did drop the cup. But then beyond that, like, one time I saw that he bought salt. And I was like, what man thinks of buying salt? Like, that's a pantry staple. Like, that's the type of thing that, like, women think about. Like, and I don't want to be sexist. Like, I am a feminist. And then I realized, oh my God, I am putting the patriarchy on him because, like, he is the type of man to buy salt. He's bought oregano. And, like, I watched him buy oregano and be like, oh, are we out of oregano? But then I was just like, oh, salt. He's got to be cheating on me. Then I realized, oh my God, I have a problem. I have a problem. So I saw a therapist for a bit. It was like a FaceTime situation. I would FaceTime with this guy. It turned out he wasn't like a real therapist. And that was like a whole thing. I was involved in a class action lawsuit because there were like several women that had been scammed by this guy. I was one of 9, Jane Doe, number 5. But I'm telling you, so I'm not really Jane Doe anymore, really. He didn't do anything weird. He just liked to pretend that he was a therapist. I mean, yeah, that's weird though. Of course that's weird. But this isn't the first time he's done that. And he's kind of got like a Leonardo DiCaprio type Catch Me If You Can career of like, this is not the first time that he's pretended to be a professional in a different profession. He did the exact same thing, but with a sommelier. And if you don't know, because I didn't know this before the lawsuit, but a sommelier is like a highly trained wine expert that's like just got this attuned, honed nose for wine and can like smell wine and be like, there's beeswax, cedar, avocado, whatever else is in a wine. And they can just be like, yeah, that's that wine. So he pretended to be one of those, but it actually has like a big test. Like sommeliers have to take like a huge big test to become a sommelier, which like I was not aware of the world of sommeliers. I really wasn't. And so he forged the results of that test, but then like people could tell because he was pairing like steak with like champagne. Just bad stuff. From what I'm told, I don't really drink wine. I like whiskey and water. So is this like a pattern for you, like accusing men of cheating? No, girl, I get it. Like, if you're cheated on, it's like your brain, your body, your bones, they remember that and they don't let it go. Like, I'm not saying he's not cheating. Like, it's totally possible that is cheating. But it doesn't sound that plausible that, like, if he has a baby with this woman, that he would just, like, that would be the first time he was ever having a text interaction with her, right? Because that was the only interaction between them you saw on his phone. That would bug me too. That would bug me too. And like that's valid. Yeah, like why would he tell the waitress that he liked her shoes? Or they like, I don't know, covered in dicks or something like that, that like a boy would like, I don't know, covered in footballs. You know, there I go again, stereotyping men. The patriarchy hurts all of us. I have to keep that in mind because I keep forgetting that one. Okay, so what were the shoes? Well, if they were Heelys, he was probably making fun of her, right? Like, was it, I like your, like, because, you know, you can be like, I like your shoes, but really you're saying, oh, wow, it's notable that you as an adult are wearing Heelys and your job is serving at a restaurant. Was she wheeling around the restaurant in them? Well, that's even worse. To just, like, have them and not use the wheel and just tiptoe around? That's weird. He was probably making fun of her. Look at me defending a man. We just have a few finishing touches and then we'll be done. So do you think you'll try to make amends, or like you'll reach out and try to see if it's possible he was telling the truth? Yeah, you win some, you lose some. How long were you together? 3 months isn't nothing, but it's not like there's a lifetime of memories that you're throwing away or anything like that. Yeah, and you're so young. You're both so young. You're in college too. Yeah. College is about exploring, you know. It's about like being with men and being with women and like being with everyone that you can be with safely, because chlamydia is real. Let's just say that it is definitely a real disease. So protecting yourself and all of that. But you know what? College doesn't have to be that, obviously. I knew I didn't get to go to college, you know, cruise ship life. But I've known some people that went to college and they're virgins. As far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure they're virgins. Though that is kind of an assumption I made. I just thought that because of the style of their classes, you know, no offense if you know, are wearing contacts right now, but you own a pair of these. But I do assume that anybody that owns those transition lenses is a virgin. So, yeah, and like they're really like, you know. But hey, maybe they've had sex and that's great for them. But they did go to college. I'm just saying, like, literally nobody has the same plan. And to me, it sounds like maybe your plan right now should be focused on, like, you. How are you doing in college? Oh my God. I hate when this happens. I'm just going to put it down for now because I don't know where the back is and it's just going to fall out again. So how are you doing in school? probation, girl. Yeah, don't worry about boys. You need to focus. This is too expensive for you to be not focused. Oh, what happened? That's not your fault. That's not your fault. That's absolutely not your fault. Like, if I had a quarter for every time that I did some mild vandalism on Halloween night, after a few Jaeger bombs, I'd have $2.50. It's not that big of a deal. And like, they probably didn't know that you writing "go bitch" was like such a positive sentiment, right? Like in their minds, when the professors read that, like on the building, they're probably like, wow, she's telling us to go away. But it sounds like you meant it in a positive way. And I, like, of course I understood that. You look great. I went with kind of just like a neutral, but like high energy color palette for you. Those eyes. I just love the shape of them. You don't get to work with this shape a lot. It's like so little of the lower lid, but so much upper lid, which is just like a great canvas, really. Okay. Brighten you up a bit with some bronzer. Not that you're not already bright. Of course you are. Look. I think you could still be right. Like, a college boy is a college boy. So like, just because you couldn't like find evidence that's that strong of him cheating doesn't mean he wasn't cheating. Because he's in college. But like, it's up to you. I think college is the perfect time to just like do what you want. Except you do need to focus in terms of your studies. I had a very splotchy education, and like, I do wish that I had a more consistent education because part of my childhood was on a cruise ship. So it's splotchy. Okay. Now, some of the makeup products that I have put on your face, it's not wise to stay in the sun for more than 15 minutes at a time, just because they have a chemical property to them where they could spark, kind of ignite in like a on fire type of way. So just don't hang out in the sun today. Like, go inside. You know, there's not much left of the day anyway. Yeah, just go inside. And other than that, you look great. I don't know. So you're not doing anything? Okay, that's fine. Go to bed looking great, like you already do. All right, girlie, you've got this.